Another day, another emergency, GPS. Perna, he's taking it pretty hard. Sad day. You'll always be number one in the Empire, Bill.
On to retirement or coaching or sex dungeons.
We here again.
We steer
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. We have gone live how many times already? 4 times this week? 4?
We're like a real show, Mom and Dad. Look at us.
It's like a daily show we got going on, and sometimes twice a day. I can't get my work done. It's impossible. Every single time, one of these old coaches is like, you know what? I'm going to call it a year after being 70 years old. Yep. And now, here we are. And now, we've been waiting for the shoe to drop this entire time. And here it is. Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are officially parting ways. Damn.
Yeah. Now, I faced a little conundrum when titling the show today because... Sure. Yesterday, we did Seahawks fire Pete Carroll emergency broadcast.
Yep.
Of course, there's the caveat in there that Pete's going to stay on as an advisor with the organization. And I think most people, out of respect to Bill, said the Patriots and Bill have agreed to mutually part ways. I was like, do I say that or I give him the Pete Carroll treatment and say they fired his ass too?
That's what I was saying. I was just like, you know what? Going across the board.
It's fired. He got fired because I think both of those guys wanted to keep coaching, which is crazy.
That's what Schefter tweeted out, and it says it looks like Bill Belichick is going to continue to look to coach. Like, we'll find out at noon because they're going to do like a whole press conference thing, they did with Pete yesterday. But by the way, got a lot of tacos, Perna.
Oh, Lord, 70 for the 70-year-old coaches. Ooh, I know what we want. Obviously, there's only one that makes sense for this, Tom. Where are you?
All right, I'm excited.
Get off my lawn.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
I think that's the first time you've played that clip.
Yeah, so, I'll lean into it. I'll lean into it.
You know what? That's actually a great point and a great segue. Perna, how are you feeling? Like, are you dealing with mortality now that all these other boomers are retiring or getting fired?
I'm a little nervous.
Are you just like, damn, like I thought YouTube was going well, but a lot of YouTubers are leaving now. Like, it seems like everybody, every day, somebody's leaving. So
they'll have to drag me out.
Damn right.
I feel like YouTube's going to be knocking on my door. It's like, 39? You're not allowed to be a YouTuber at 40, bro. That is a bad look. That's a gross look. Just please get off our platform. We will pay you to leave.
That's it. Yeah, we want it to go live because, like, this one, obviously, like, Pete Carroll is a big deal. When Vrabel got fired, it's a big deal. This one legitimately, and I don't want this to get lost because there's so much going on. I was actually talking to my buddy Max, who's a diehard Patriots fan, and I was talking to him before the Titans wound up firing Vrabel. And I was like, if you guys move on from Bill, like, and the Titans move on from Vrabel, it could work out. He's like, oh, I didn't know they were going to potentially do that. I was like, oh, they might. And then he got canned the next day. And it's just, with all these Nick Saban leaves yesterday, he's retiring. Like, that is a monumental shift in college football. And I don't even watch college football except for the draft stuff. But, like, I understand the weight of that. Bill Belichick no longer being the coach of the Patriots is legitimately, like, the end of an era that is up there with Tom Brady, if it doesn't surpass it, in terms of just, he's the longest, or was the longest tenured coach in the NFL. Now that goes to Mike Tomlin, and now Matt LaFleur moves up to number 7. True story. And he's only been there since 2019.
Where was LaFleur yesterday?
Number 8. So
Eight.
he's at
Okay,
number
just
7.
8.
He just keeps on climbing the rungs. But legitimately, like, this is history that we're witnessing right now. And it's pretty damn crazy that we're seeing this happen all this week.
Yeah. So that's what my thought was. I saw it when I first woke up this morning on Twitter. I was like, oh God, we're going to have to do an episode. I was like, we don't have to. We can wait till Friday. And then you texted me, and I'm like, yeah, we can't do an emergency Pete Carroll episode and then not do a Belichick episode. You know what I mean? In terms of like significance, Bill he's the best coach we've ever watched, right? Most will say he's the greatest coach in NFL history. He's as you can see by this list up here, he's approaching, trying to get to the all-time most winning coach in NFL history. Andy Reid active right behind him at 258. And my first thought was like, oh, Reid can catch him pretty quickly at 258. And I'm like, man, that's 4. You need 4 years, 10-win seasons. So that's 3 or 4 years away just to catch up to Bill. And if Bill keeps coaching, it's going to be hard to get there. But it's so weird to me too, because I've hated the Patriots so much for so long. Like, there was no team I hated more than the Patriots, specifically because of Tom Brady. And even when I hated them at the most, I always liked Belichick. I always liked his approach. I think it was like the level of respect I had for the way he did it, the way I knew he made his own players miserable just to succeed. I was like, I like it, because I could not work for Belichick. That is not my style. You would be you're closer to Belichick, I think, if we're talking about work ethic and dedication and willing to just grind until the job is done. I'm more like Pete Carroll, where let's just fuck around for a little bit. I'm gonna get into some 9/11 conspiracies and win my team a Super Bowl once, and then I'll be pretty good and probably never do it again.
Everybody started
about Pete Carroll, right? Like, he was
started one place and ended in another place.
I'm probably more like a coach that got fired after 3 weeks, actually.
Maybe I don't want to say Arthur Smith.
No, who's the guy who left Atlanta? Petrino. I'm probably more like Petrino.
There you go. Sign
up for it, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh God.
Yeah, Justin. Wait for the kitty. Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing about Bill. Even now, I was like, I don't know if they get rid of him. But when Vrabel, we were talking about this yesterday during the Pete Carroll episode, was like, maybe Vrabel going gives them a okay, we could do this. Or again, because you see Pete Carroll going, maybe we could do this, and we have a person lined up. Because I have to think, and maybe it's too obvious, Vrabel has to be the number 1 pick in New England. He knows the system. He knows the team. He knows Kraft. He loves the Patriots. Yeah. And he's a good head coach.
I think we don't know what Kraft's thinking, right?
Sure.
Because if the narrative is that Belichick and Kraft met this week a few times, tried to talk through this, and just couldn't work it out where Bill comes back.
Yeah.
So I almost think that if Kraft's not willing to keep going with Belichick, he would want a complete change in how things are done and the approach. And while Vrabel feels like the safe move, the one that makes sense, I feel like Kraft might be thinking in a different direction,
like a Ben Johnson, come in.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Offense.
If you're gonna move on from Belichick, do you want to go to another guy? And I don't think Vrabel and Belichick are the same, but they're cut from the same cloth. So it really just depends on what Kraft's thinking there. And I think Robert Kraft seeing Pete Carroll, the Seahawks move on from Pete Carroll, and then Nick Saban announce his retirement. He's just like, okay, decisions made.
Now we're done.
I was on the fence, but if those guys are out, this is the time for me to move on from Bill. And I've asked the Kansas City Chiefs to do the same with Andy Reid. So
hold on one sec. Just gotta hook up Justin.
Don't blink. If you're a blinker, cut your eyelids off.
He's the longest tenured coach right now, so gotta shout out Mike Tomlin.
There you go.
Continue.
I'll just say it's time for the Chiefs to fire Reid.
Well, there was that rumor that came out like last week or two that was like maybe there's rumblings of Andy Reid being done after this year.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it was like, again, didn't put any
never know.
stock into it. Like, you never know. But I was like,
God.
huh, okay.
Yes,
Could
get
be
rid of him.
interesting.
He's so good.
I mean, dude, yeah, just have like you should just have Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick. You know what? They go to the Commanders and they're like, okay, head coach, OC, DC, let's just go and we will make this team the greatest team that the world has ever seen, and it'll be the Commanders. The fans have earned it.
They will have to add an extra 2 roster spots on the team for guys who help those old coaches onto the toilet. That's their only job. Get over here. It's time for my bathroom break.
Hey, as long as you're winning championships, whatever it takes. Yeah, they're exactly. Eberflus is definitely the next Bill Belichick, so the Bears should hang on to him for as long as humanly possible.
Ooh, yeah. Where do you think? I think the most fascinating thing is where Belichick goes next. Like, I don't care who the Patriots replace him with. That's not even an appealing job. It's appealing because Kraft will be great to work for, but the Patriots roster, that doesn't excite you, except for, I keep forgetting, they have the 3rd pick in the draft, right?
Yeah, they're the 3rd pick in the draft, so they could go get their quarterback.
Yeah,
their defense is still solid.
They can get Jaden Daniels. Johnson, Jaden Daniels.
You go there because you want to, like, you know that the culture is good, right? You know, like, you want to work for Kraft. You want to work there. Like, you'll have that job stability. You'll be all right. That would be absolutely hysterical. Can you imagine Belichick?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to the Falcons. We'll win a
No,
Super Bowl.
the Falcons have been like people started linking the Falcons to Belichick before he was officially fired and when we thought there was a chance of it.
Listen,
I saw him post the pictures. I don't know about reuniting.
It's not reuniting. I think that's more of a, hey.
It's just like, hey, I respect your coach.
So,
but yeah, let me look it up. Let me look it up right now for you.
But for you were mentioning before, like, the work ethic, and we make jokes about, like, Mac Jones, right? And like how happy he was getting drafted, and then like 2 days later was like, nope, Bill Belichick got to me.
Yeah,
it was just, and again, like I've brought this up a few times, and I know that it's Brady Ganda, I know, but like Man in the Arena, and I'm curious to see. There's that new series that's coming out of like the Dynasty or something. Where they're like talk to Bill, they talk to Tom.
How many damn Patriots documentary bullshit propaganda things do we need?
It could be a cajillion.
Sorry, Patriots fans. I know you got to live in the past, but come on.
But it really is that we're not going to enjoy it. We are just going to like go forward. Don't pick our heads up. Even if we win 65-0, it's why didn't we win, 68-0? Like, that's going to be the mentality until you win a Super Bowl. Then you can pick your head up and then you're getting to work again. Like, that is an insane mentality. And you don't see that very often with a lot of coaches now. I'm not even saying that's the right way to do it, but I am saying if a team buys into that and you have the pieces, you can be as successful as Bill Belichick was.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just noticing is that Richard Sherman back there? Russell Wilson and Sherm in the same room? Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Listen, bring him back to Seattle. You just have to trade for him, Seahawks. You just have to do that. Just a little trade. Just a little trade. They'll never do it.
Yeah.
But let's go, Romeo. Let's go.
Bill to Atlanta is interesting. Bill to Washington is interesting. I think both of those are realistic possibilities. I think the Falcons have the roster already, but Washington has the number 2 pick. So Bill will get his QB that he wants and a new ownership group that I think will be also good to work with. And it will also it's not just where Bill goes, but it's like what you're saying, like what kind of control do they give him as well? So there's a lot to think about.
Like, I want to I know that is going to be what are the Patriots going to do moving forward? Where is Bill Belichick going to go? And we'll get probably some answers during the press conference. But this also is like such a weird week because for a lot of folks, like what this is legitimately first of all, yeah, 25% of the league gone in terms of coaching. But some of these guys like legitimately have been there for so long.
Yeah.
It is like the end of an era, like there for your entire childhood. Like this was, you felt it when Tom Brady left, and then he went there, and then he retired, and then he came back, and then it was like, okay, then he retired again, and it was like, okay. And it kind of got muddled a little bit. But like Bill leaving the Patriots, there are some of you who are Patriots fans or not, or just football fans. He has been the head coach of the Patriots your entire life. And like, that's just a weird, like, all right, this is legitimately the game changing.
Yeah,
So,
it's
pretty crazy.
And I think like the game changing, and from a college football perspective, with Nick Saban leaving Alabama,
yeah,
I think that's like a bigger sign of how college football's changing. And Nick Saban at that point where I don't think he really wants to play the new game in terms of like recruiting, what NIL deals have done.
Sure.
Like that's a whole different beast and animal coaches have to deal with on the college level. And you spend like all this time recruiting, and now like players are going to get financial opportunities that are significant to leave and not sign with your team, not play for your team. And it's going to be different. Not necessarily, I mean, I think it'll be harder, but that's to me, there's more change with college football. And this is more of like nostalgic sort of change. Like these guys have been around. And I think it was RG3 tweeted out that like Belichick's going to have to realize that the Patriot Way is dead wherever he goes next. And that he's going to have to adapt and adjust a little bit. And I think that's true. And I think how he constructs his coaching staff on top of where he goes is going to be really important.
Well, you know what? That's really, first of all, you got a 50 Perna.
Damn, guys, quit giving me these big 50s.
When it comes to what you were talking about, we've seen how the Bill Belichick coaching tree usually hasn't worked out when coaches like Bill
Right.
and talking to that Patriot way. The only way I see the quote unquote Patriot way working is if a franchise goes, come in here, Bill, we will do whatever you want because we are so starved for a championship. Like whatever you want,
right?
You get to do everything. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be successful, but I think you could see that on a team that maybe has not had a lot of luck and is like, all right, you know what? Like we will give this team to Bill Belichick and see if he can lead us to the promised land.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's hold on, I'm trying to find something.
That's all right. I got to get the right clip for James. I get it.
Where is this?
I got to find it. Got to find it. Because again, like I just, even in terms of players buying into it, it's just such a different shift, you know, especially when like you look at two coaches who I think like could not be more different in their approach. Look at like Bill Belichick compared to Mike McDaniel, right? Like night and day, just in terms of approach to coaching. And I think they're good coaches, right? I think Bill's obviously Bill, but like that is where I see the NFL leaning a little bit more towards when it comes to coaching. I don't want to say lax, but it's more like player friendly, like buy into it, what have you. Bill's just like, no, we're just going to go out there and try to win football games my way. We're going to do it this way.
Yeah. And it's hard to change that when you've had so much success doing it. Right. And I think unless the Dolphins make a push, like you kind of alluded to yesterday, maybe people are going to be more critical of Mike McDaniel and his approach. Everybody's approach is great when it's working, and then the moment it doesn't, it's like, this is dumb. You can't win this way. I got one, James. Pulling it in, James.
How easily we forget. John even says,
a thank you to John Elway, or John Elway.
Oh,
well done, Perna. Well done. A new clip is born. Yeah, I mean, again, there's gonna be a lot of nostalgia. You know, Patriots fans kind of felt this way, you know, when Brady left and he went and won a Super Bowl and came back, and then Bill was like that last thing. You're like, all right, like maybe. And it all started this year, like of, okay, is Bill Belichick like on that hot seat? You had that Germany game. Like there's all these things that are swirling and going around. And like, I still thought if they, I know that's crazy. That's crazy.
Everybody had the Dahmer glasses back then, you know? That's all I can think of.
It's just a weird moving on. Like, damn. And again, I don't think he's gone, you know, because that's what at least the reports are saying right this second. I think he'll wind up going to coach for another team. We'll see for how long. But yeah, man.
If you're Bill, let me just ask you this, Tom. If you are Bill Belichick, okay, get in his mind, become Bill Belichick. And, you know, you've basically got 3 places to choose from. The Chargers, the Falcons,
Commanders.
or the Commanders. All intriguing situations. Where are you going? Who are you choosing?
Probably going the Commanders.
Yeah.
I'm probably going the Commanders because like there's history and stuff, but I think you have an organization that is going to be looking for a really strong direction going forward. And you want to talk about like changing kind of a culture and changing like the overall feeling about Washington. I mean, you sign Bill Belichick, he'll get full reins of the entire team. I think they'll kind of do whatever he wants, and he can also get whatever QB he wants.
Yeah, I want him to go to Atlanta for the comp, where Brady went to the South. He went to a stacked team.
Yep.
Dominated, except for the Saints, dominated an easy division and got to the Super Bowl. Belichick will have those same things working in his favor as long as, say, Atlanta is willing to move up in the draft. And
yes,
and I think that you got to find out if the Bears are willing to play ball with the number 1 pick. And I don't think they are. I think they're going to take a quarterback, but that would be fascinating. Keep that man the hell away from Justin Herbert. Keep him out of my division. I do not want to see Herbert spread his wings and fly. But I think Washington, we know like the connections there for Bill, in terms of like just his love for history and, you know, jizzing on American presidents and war and all that stuff that he loves. So that makes sense. And getting that quarterback that you want, though, like him, just leaving New England and having 1 slot better for the quarterback is, if he goes to Washington, is just. Well,
here's the thing, too. This also plays a huge role in the decision. How long does he actually want to do this for? Because if he's like, I got 5 more years in me, then I could see him going to Washington. If he's like, I got 2 or 3 more years in me, he's going to go to a team that's a little bit more stacked.
That's fair. That's really fair and a good point.
I don't think so.
It's because when you hire a coach, they're giving them 4 or 5 year contracts.
Don't mean they're lasting that long.
Yeah. And maybe the Panthers are a dark horse there.
They're not.
If Tepper's willing to step back. Hey, I'm trying to give Panthers fans a little hope, Tom.
Listen, the best thing that could be for Panthers fans, if Belichick just turns around, because he definitely did this, he has never put any of the money he's made as a head coach into the bank, and he just rolls up to Carolina, and he just has a huge truck of money that's been under his mattress, and he just goes, I'm now buying the Carolina Panthers. That is the only way that I see Bill Belichick going to Carolina. But and he could save them. He could completely save them. He will destroy Bryce Young. He will absolutely destroy him. But he could rebuild him to make him better.
Ooh.
He could.
That's a long play.
Bryce Young will cry every day. And I get it. I'm sure Brady did too, because if Bill Belichick was your coach. Yeah. Do you think the happiest person in New England right now is Mac Jones? Even if he is just a backup, or even if he's just like, for like at least 5 days. Oh, all right.
Here's the other question.
Smiles for the first time in a few years.
Oh God, I'm free. Wherever Belichick goes, do you think Josh McDaniels is his offensive coordinator?
Oh my God.
Do you think I think there's a good chance it's Joshy McDaniels. I don't think Bill wants to necessarily start all the way over with his coaching staff.
Dude, can you And so no, he goes to the Chargers and he brings Josh McDaniels with him. And so then he has to play against the Broncos. He has to play against the Raiders. Just over and over again.
I could also see a scenario where Miami is like, you know what, Mike? You're going to be offensive coordinator. We're going to give you a $2 million a year raise, and Belichick's our new head coach.
I don't know if he would stay. I don't know if
Mike?
he'd stay.
No, of course he wouldn't. This is just a fantasy scenario, Tom.
Well, could you imagine Mike McDaniel working for Bill Belichick? Like Mike McDaniel,
maybe
like
Mike would be like,
on the
this is an
sideline, and Bill
opportunity to learn.
Belichick's like, just stare, eye twitch.
But like Belichick, Fangio, Mike McDaniel, oh, that is and he gets to destroy the Patriots within the division still. He gets to beat them with the Dolphins.
If I was Bill Belichick, I'm being the most petty son of a gun ever, and I'm going to the New York Jets, and I'm going, fire Saleh now. I get Aaron Rodgers for a year. We go to the Super Bowl. We have an amazing defense. Fire him right now, and I will take us to the Super Bowl. That would be, and Jets fans, who, by the way, the Jets were the last team to beat the Patriots with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
That goes in the history book.
Yes.
A guy that they have hated and have been tormented by years. Bill Belichick just goes to the front office and goes, hey, I will bring you to the Super Bowl. Fire him right now.
Yeah. Oh, one more crazy scenario. Oh. Tom Brady's ownership stake in Vegas gets approved. Tom Brady and Mark Davis hire Bill Belichick to be their next head coach.
I don't think Tom would do it. Tom's like,
but then Tom becomes Bill's boss. Tom is Bill's boss. Tom, oh shit! Give that to me. Imagine the smile on Brady's face the first time Bill walks into his office.
He's just like, I got you now, you son of a bitch.
You got to listen to me. Time to loosen up, old man.
This is the fan fiction that we subscribe to. But again, if he's coaching, I think they're like those three teams that you mentioned, the Commanders, the Falcons, the Chargers, the most likely team. I legitimately would laugh if he went to the Jets. I don't think that is such an outstretched thing. However, I will say, if we are being completely honest, I may have just talked myself into that. It makes sense.
What does?
Belichick to the Jets. If you are legitimately that unhappy with Saleh, which I think, again, they've already said everyone's coming back, it's going to be fine, whatever. They're going to have to make some offseason moves. But he loves Aaron Rodgers. Belichick has praised Aaron Rodgers a ton. You get to play with one of the last, elite QBs of that era, that would
Packers
be
fans.
It'd be pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know what Bill offers to the team necessarily that Saleh doesn't. Their issues were 100% their offense. Their issues are Nathaniel Hackett couldn't coach
Aaron
that
Rodgers
offense without Rodgers.
Will never give an interview again. You want to know what it's going to solve? There will be zero coming out of camp. There will be zero. It will be a darkness retreat for a full calendar year. And it's like, you will not see the light of day until we win a Super Bowl.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying, you want to talk about advantages.
This slow roll Black Monday is fascinating to me because where Vrabel goes is interesting. If Pete Carroll maybe, does a 180 and goes somewhere is interesting, but where Bill Belichick goes next, to me, is one of the most fascinating storylines we've seen since Brady just up and left New England.
Yes.
And there's after Brady left and after he won with the Buccaneers and after the Patriots struggled, because for a while, the Patriots had Cam Newton there for a minute. They get to the postseason, right, with Mac Jones, his rookie year or whatever. Or when did they get? They got to the postseason with Mac Jones. But then it got bad and worse. And everybody's like, Brady made Belichick. If Bill goes somewhere else and gets back to the Super Bowl without Tom Brady, because they have a good roster, they have a good offense, that will be significant, I think, not for Bill's legacy, but just for the narrative, what we fans like to bitch and complain about and how we view Belichick. And I'm fascinated by it. I'm really just curious. Giddy. I just want to know where he's going next.
Yeah, this is what Patriots fans have been complaining about, right? It's listen, as a coach, he can still stick around, but as a GM, he has not been good. And like, that's also like the weariness I have for any team bringing in Bill Belichick. It's like, you better not give him that kind of power, because like, I think with New England, when his time as a GM, he's proven that that is not his specialty. Like, that's not where his expertise lies, because that not a second contract since 2013. That's 11 years. It's a long time.
Yeah, that will be curious too. Like, who's a GM that Bill would want to pair with, right? Like, that's another question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it Jess
What's
or Carmi?
that?
Might be Carmi.
Okay, have fun. Love ya.
Is that Carmi?
Sorry,
or Jess?
Carmi talks to me through the vent sometimes.
It's good.
And the heater's on, so it's really hard to hear. They're going.
It
They're
gets you
leaving.
prepared in case you ever go to prison.
God damn it. Oh. That would be hard. It'd be hard.
Just talking through the vent. It's fine. It's fine. Continue.
Oh, Billy.
Perna, I will do GPS live from a prison every day with you. Absolutely.
Ooh, that would probably be better for ratings.
It'd be great numbers.
And honestly, me from prison,
you thought you were
Aaron Rodgers
unhinged
on
now.
McAfee, we're going to be saying less crazy things than him. So that will be wild. Truly wild.
Gabagool. Yep.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Man, dude, it's just this offseason so far.
No more.
Steroids. We are on a steroid laced offseason.
It's
and
making
I
up for
fucking
last
love
year.
It.
Because
Yeah.
like 2 years ago was crazy. We talked about this yesterday. 2 years ago was crazy. Like this February, of course, I booked a vacation for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah.
I booked it, dude.
Just enjoy it. You can take a week. It'll all be back for you.
Every coach is gonna get hired. Bill Belichick's gonna go to the Packers. Like it's just Tom Brady's gonna unretire again and go back to the Patriots and play with Vrabel. That's what's gonna happen to me, and I'm gonna be like, cool. Hey,
Aww.
Carmi,
You
I
say
love
hi?
your wings.
Say hi, Uncle Tom. You say hi to Tom?
Hi, Carmi.
Say Tommy, Tom, Tom.
Are you going to the park?
She's going to a tea party.
Oh,
A tea party.
a tea party? Yes.
You guys have fun, okay?
Bye, Carmi.
Bye, guys. How dare you make me be in prison for her
I didn't put you there.
growing up?
I didn't put you in prison.
What's my crime, Tom? What's my crime?
Honestly,
Being
dude,
too caring?
no,
Being too good of a dad?
no.
Tax fraud. Yeah, 100%.
It's probably, yeah, tax fraud, nudity, potentially.
Yeah. As long as it's like minimum security prison, I think I can deal.
Yeah, urinating in public. Like that's where I feel like more of the vibes are.
Yeah. Wear a diaper.
You know, like the Broncos beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, and you just go streaking. Like I can see that being, and they're like, all right,
I mean, that could happen. That could happen.
right, like that's plausible. Nothing bad. It's just
Okay.
like, you know, you're hanging out when you shouldn't.
Non-violent crime.
Non-violent
Non-violent
crime. Non-violent crime.
Okay.
Non-violent crime. That's it. Unless like could be a hit and run, but not of a person. Just because I've seen you try to park before.
Okay. Okay. Dude, you know what's really funny about that is every time I'm parking in my truck now, even if I'm by myself, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad. Or I'm like, damn it, I wish Tom and Johnny were in this park job.
You're just like, look at this. You're just like, you're
Or
just
when I'm
learning.
struggling, I'm like, glad they're not here right now because this big truck is a little tricky sometimes.
The next time I see you, you're just gonna try to do it in like 2 turns. It's gonna be like, done.
You know.
You're in. So
I had a truck in LA. I was peak parallel parker then.
I bet you were.
I could, but yeah, you get out of practice. That's like, you know, it's like being an NFL quarterback, parallel parking in a big truck. You got to be watching tape, getting your reps in, else you're going to be rusty.
So you need Bill Belichick to be your parking coach.
No, that would be too much pressure.
No, dude, you would.
What are you doing?
No, it would
That's
be.
what are you turning 90 degrees with your stupid wheel, you fucking moron? Let me just do it for you.
I need somebody encouraging like Mike McDaniel. Be like,
he
hey,
makes you sit in a car seat in the back until like he even lets you touch the wheel. He's like, you got to sit back there and learn.
oh,
I don't
boy.
think he's going to the Raiders, but legitimately, from here there will be a press conference in about 55 minutes or so. They'll kind of explain a lot of things. We'll kind of get some clarification on if Bill is looking to go elsewhere, you know, what he's going to do. But dude, for the Patriots, I think it's not, as we talked about the Seahawks, they're a team I'm not worried about in terms of staffing going forward, because I think they are like a well-run organization. And I think that there should be, like when it was with Pete Carroll, just like if Mike Tomlin goes, there should be a level of excitement. And of course, it's sad for Patriots fans because he's just been there for so long.
Right.
But there also has to be a level of excitement of like, we're going to get a GM.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a new head coach. And one of them might be familiar. Like it could be a Vrabel or something. We get a GM. We start drafting a little better. We're going to get our franchise quarterback, or at least hopefully. Like there's a lot to be excited about for the Patriots. You know, this is just kind of like the closing of that chapter for Bill Belichick. And it's been a long one.
It might be a little bit infuriating to see the Patriots move on from Brady and then Belichick. And yes, there's been like this purgatory-ish time, but the Pats are in a prime position to move on from Belichick and actually be fucking better because of it.
Yeah.
Because of everything you just said and the fact that they can get Jaden Daniels at 3. Let's just give them Jaden Daniels right near here. Drake May or Jaden Daniels. Those are two very exciting quarterbacks that undeserving organization can get. They don't deserve to get another QB right away. Just like you damn Packers fans didn't deserve to get Jordan Love right away. Although, I had this thought, Tom. Is it too early for the Packers to start thinking about drafting their next QB?
Yes, Brandon. See, this is coming from a filthy casual who's not a Packers fan, okay? You know, the only time that we are going to draft a QB is to piss off our current QB, but they have already had to have won a Super Bowl, okay?
Like, I mean, what better time to make him mad than now?
No. You have to win a Super Bowl first within your first few years. Then you have to go through a run where you get real close, and you either go back once or you don't go back again, and then you draft another one. They win, they do well, and then it's a really ugly goodbye. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
It's just hilarious that in one of the most exciting QB drafts we've had in a while, the Pats are just sitting there right at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they'll have a guy like Jaden Daniels that's like could be as exciting to watch week to week as Josh Allen. Just as the Bills thought, oh yeah, we got control of this division back. Oh boy. If the Patriots are good again, it's going to be rough for everyone.
But you know what, though? Like, I'm not going to lie, dude. I really want to see Vrabel in New England. I just think, like, that would
be tricky. I would be rooting for Vrabel.
Yeah. Like,
not the Patriots.
I wouldn't mind it. Like, dude, like, seeing Vrabel to do it, like, you know, played with Belichick, won Super Bowl. Like, it'd be a really cool moment, you know? And I think also being ousted from Tennessee the way that he was, you know, it gives him an opportunity to like go. He'll have like full control of that team, and it'll be great. Mike really wants you to spin the curse wheel.
Are you on another spin?
It's not another bonus.
See, like right now, it won't even spin. Gotta
get some WD-40. There it is. That's fair. It's still going. It's very pretty. A wheel that causes so much pain and destruction.
Wow, everybody getting cursed.
It's
that's the cheat. Wait, no, they were at 7. I don't even remember. You guys tell me. You guys tell me.
Did you upload it here?
What if Vrabel and Belichick just swap?
Wait, I blocked it with the super chat. I couldn't even see it.
Oh.
All right, hold on 1 second.
There you go.
On.
Oh, it's the Browns. Sorry, Cleveland. See, but you can't curse the Browns. You can't curse the Browns. You can't curse the Lions.
It's so funny now that there's going to be teams that have coaches that are like, can we fire our coach?
Yeah.
Like Eagles fans, like you're saying, already Sirianni. They're just like, yeah, we'll take Belichick. That's fine.
Yeah. Nick's like, hey, come on, guys. I got us to the Super Bowl. Don't care. Yeah. How many current coaches would he be an upgrade over? I mean, you would say a lot, but Andy Reid, no. Sean McVay, no. Kyle Shanahan, no. LaFleur, no. I'll say no. I'll give LaFleur the credit there. Sean Payton.
You wouldn't take Bill Belichick?
No, I think no. I'm going to rock with Sean.
Think about the content, Brandon.
Bill with Russ. We get to keep Russ, though.
You have to, because you want to see the decline of man.
Yes.
Oh my God. There will never be I just imagine Bill Belichick walking into the Broncos locker room and Russ goes, let's, and he just slaps him across the face. And he just goes,
Yeah. Broncos fans thought Sean Payton was probably too hard on Russell Wilson.
No. He'd kill him. He was like, nope. You don't get to speak. You don't speak. So
why don't you see the middle of the field?
Harbaugh, I mean, because with that's what makes this so exciting. This is why February is going to be so effing awesome. And it's going to start. But, dude, like, Harbaugh, Belichick, Vrabel, like, there's so many guys that are just like, damn, these are, like, legit head coaches that could go, you know, and change the game. And there's, like, good teams that are out there, whether you want your franchise quarterback, it's already established, like Justin Herbert, whether you want to go and draft a guy, which you can, whether you want to go to a roster that might not have their QB, but they have a good stacked roster. You know?
Actually, speaking of cheating, if we could get Belichick and Sean Payton together and we got Deflategate and Bountygate coaches on the same roster, oh, God, give it to me.
How would Raiders fans feel, though? Tom Brady, you know, that ownership, and then Bill Belichick comes over for the Tuck rule. They just make up for it.
Oh, what's the bigger rectification? The Tuck rule or Falcons 28-3? I think it's Falcons, but see, and Brady's not an owner yet. He's not. That never actually went through. So
this is I don't think he's going to go to be a DC somewhere. I don't think he would. I think he's going to be a coach somewhere. Just like Vrabel. I don't think he's going to be a DC because he can get a head coaching job.
I think that's like once you get that power, it's hard to let go.
I'm just saying it'd be interesting.
Harbaugh to the Chargers, Belichick to the Raiders. Oh, that would be my freaking nightmare.
Listen, I'll take it. That would be bad.
Cool. We have Sean Payton, the fourth best coach in the AFC West.
We'll see. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Sweet.
Let's go. But Perna, I mean, we gotta catch up too. We gotta catch up with some of these supers. That's all crazy.
Pretty far behind.
Yeah, we got 8,400 people in here. We appreciate the heck out of you for tuning into an emergency GPS. I still am trying to get the North done, and I just have no time to do so whatsoever because people can't stop getting fired. So there's no way. He's like, "Oh, you gonna get it?" He's like, "No, you're gonna."
He's like, you don't even need it right now, but you're gonna get it.
Just it's a power move.
Yeah. He's like, how else am I gonna be able to control you, Aaron, without my microchip?
That's it. Yeah, no, Salah's not going in. Well, yeah, Jets fans would 100% take that. You get built like if you know what? Now I'm gonna spin it in a very negative way. If the Jets were really serious about winning a Super Bowl, see, I could be a daytime talk show.
There you go.
Then they would hire Bill Belichick. I don't believe that, by the way. I don't. I'll take Bill Belichick as Packers DC. That's fine. Why not?
Dude, if he was like, you know what? I do just want to coach defense. Like, it would be insane.
Oh, please come to the Packers. Big Jet!
Woo!
With a hundo.
There you go.
I mean, the AFC Championship trophy named after him.
Oh, interesting.
Because I know they talked about the Lombardi, and I'm like, never. We're never doing that. We're never doing that. It's always gonna be Lombardi Trophy. But AFC?
No, because isn't it the Hunt Trophy? It's already named after
Johnny John.
That's who it should really be named after, Johnny Elway.
No, it shouldn't. It's Scooter Elway, maybe. But
okay, fair enough.
Hey, I appreciate you. Listen, it's a sad day for Patriots fans, even if it's like it was the right time. Which, okay, to finish this off, Brandon, I asked this question to you yesterday after Pete Carroll's gone. Does this impact Mike Tomlin and the Steelers?
I mean, I would have yesterday I said no. Today, sure. Why not? Why not? But I thought about this morning too. Like, Tomlin, it's similar, right? Been there a long time. I think the difference between Belichick and Tomlin is your issue with Belichick outside of the control as the GM, part of that, one thing with New England, and you're not sure how well he adapts to how you have to coach now in the NFL. And I think
fair.
Mike Tomlin, you're not worried about that. I think players like and they want to play for Belichick too, but to me, Tomlin feels like he can keep coaching for another 10 years in Pittsburgh and he'll be all right. But I don't know. I feel like, yes, it makes sense what New England's doing. It would not make sense to me to see Pittsburgh do that. And what's the common thing between both those guys right now? It's like they don't have quarterbacks. It is very hard, no matter how good of a head coach you are in the NFL, to win without a very good quarterback.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. You want to talk about a team getting nuclear heat on them? Bill Belichick gets hired by the Cowboys. You want to talk about people don't like the Cowboys now?
If the Packers end McCarthyism in Dallas, look, now let's have the Packers beat the Cowboys 30-3 this weekend.
Guess what, buddy? They could have, but you cursed them. But I got a lot of DMs of people saying that you spun it backwards, so you blessed them. That's what.
Let's see. Is it a blessing?
If they, dude, because like we were talking about Dan Quinn taking over. If the Packers beat the Cowboys on Sunday, McCarthy, there's a good chance he's gone.
It would be hilarious too to see Dan Quinn, a shoe-in for a job, get passed over one more time.
But Dan Quinn just goes to the Seahawks.
Yeah,
and then Bill Belichick comes in, and Jerry's like, I will literally sell my soul to go win a Super Bowl. Come on in.
We didn't even mention Belichick to Seattle.
I don't think so.
You've got he could save the Falcons. He could save the Raiders. What about rectifying the Russell Wilson goal line throw for the Seahawks? Man, he's fucked over those three teams pretty good.
Dude, the Rams, he cost them a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, Panthers. The Rams got their guy though. Unless St. Louis actually becomes a team. The Chargers go to St. Louis, and he's the St. Louis Chargers coach. Oh, God.
That's nuts. I mean, listen, Bill Belichick is literally one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the. I mean, he's up there. And someone asked about his postseason record. I don't think another coach is really going to come close to it. But I think that's also kind of the dynamic of this modern NFL. The longevity, the fact that we're joking about this, that Matt LaFleur is the 7th longest tenured coach. He's been there since 2019. He's been there for 5 years. That's not a long time. No. And with this, just going over and over again of just being all right, if it doesn't work out, you're gone. You're gone. It's gotten to a point in the NFL where you get fired if you don't get results pretty quickly, especially if you're a struggling team. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to see Mike Tomlin again, Andy Reid again, Bill Belichick again. In terms of longevity with one team, it was fake. No, this is the stupid crap, and it's not you at Beware, but this was everywhere yesterday.
Oops, I hit the wrong
it was just no, he didn't get booted. It's the end of the season. It literally happens every time, and I ain't defending anybody, but it's come on, man, come on, man,
come on now.
It's over. That's what I want. We should get Bill Belichick on the show.
I'll reach out.
Yeah, you have some contacts, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I tried to get Ryan Leaf. He ignored me.
It's fine. You can get Couch.
I bet we could get Mina Kimes now.
Hey.
She's in the YouTube space. We should have Mina on.
You should. She's great.
Seahawks fan.
Yep.
Watch Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Watch Michael Penix.
Yep.
There's a lot there. A lot of knowledge there.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Seahawks, Patriots, listen. It's a whole new world now.
Dude, it's insane.
It's it. Your team has dramatically changed forever.
Does anybody know how does Bill Belichick feel about
Dan Quinn?
Kirk Cousins. Belichick, Atlanta with Kirk Cousins. If Belichick wins a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins, what does that do? Oh, come on now. He don't need no young QB. He wants a guy who knows his shit. Kirk Cousins could be available. Kirk said he would take a discount probably to go back to Minnesota, but I think Kirk would go play with Belichick in Atlanta.
Yeah, he would break him too. Kirk O'Chains would be gone. There would be no shirtless dancing.
First thing Belichick's like, so you've got a strong faith in God, right, Kirk? That ain't happening here.
Just like freedom of religion, not in my locker room. It's like,
you remember
the Constitution? That's against
you remember the
government.
devil? That's how we won them Super Bowls in New England. The devil, Kurt. So
there you go.
You're ready to welcome the devil into your heart.
Hey, I think that's you, Perna, getting a 200.
Whoa, Michael.
That's a
Pats
Carmi.
fan?
That's a Scooter Carmi.
Allow this to be on behalf of Bill and Tom, being in pain in the ass all those years. Okay, I'll take your apology.
Michael enjoyed it, though. I mean, like, you listen, Patriots fans, it was a hell of a run.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a run.
Johnny John John!
Woo! So if he was either alive, now he's dead, or he was dead, he was really dead. What else matters? What else matters? You walk through it. Everybody either puts a thumb up or thumb down.
Walk through it.
What else matters? What else matters?
Michael, you're crazy. Thank you.
Crazy. You crazy. Folks, we appreciate you. This was like an emergency one that we just figured, like, yeah, we definitely.
Let's talk about it. It's significant.
Exactly. He's still got, like, he can still coach. It's just GM. Can't do that. Can't do it. And I think going to a roster that already is stacked, like, that's why Atlanta's really intriguing, you know, or like the Chargers could be intriguing, but, you know, I mean, which team will find? Tomlin's up there potentially. Cowboys are up there potentially.
Yeah. I would have
the
said
Titans
there's
are gonna
no
be
way
able to hire
Tomlin's
Bill.
getting fired. No way. Winning record, gets that team into the playoffs, goes from freaking Pickett to Trubisky to Rudolph.
That'd be fun. Oh, bring back the Adele song. Bring back the Adele promos. Hello.
Yeah, but now I'm anything's possible. Anything.
That's it. Folks, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a wild offseason. It's gonna be a wild playoffs. It's going to be a wild everything, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun. Change is good.
It is. It's different. Perna, what do you got coming out today?
Bandwagon fans, how to pick your bandwagon playoff team. Barks got that in a good spot. I'm gonna finish it off, and that'll be up ASAP.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's all you know. Listen, that's it. It's a whole new world now. Yeah, I'll have the North Saga at some point tonight, I think. I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm really trying to work on it. I'm really, really trying.
Yeah.
So I think we're having clickbait today. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. This is what's crazy to me. You had Belichick, and then people forget Pete Carroll was there in New England.
I'm sorry. First of all, Pete Carroll looks awesome. That sweatshirt is amazing.
Yeah.
That old school one is fantastic.
And of course, before that was Parcells. Like, that's this next coach better fall into line. Except like Carroll wasn't great there, right? That's he got fired. But or was he good there? What was Pete Carroll? And I forget. Anyway, wild times.
We appreciate the heck out of you folks. There's a ton of you on Twitter that were saying, hey, let's do emergency GPS.
We
Gotta
did
give
it.
people what they want. That's it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. But just get the next Tom Brady. It's fine. It's fine. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate the heck out of you. There'll be vids coming out from both of us, and we think clickbait, right? Maybe potentially.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Most likely. Well, appreciate you. It's a whole new world. Let's see what happens, baby. Oh yeah, and playoffs are in 2 days.
Yep.
That too.
And we'll be streaming Chiefs, Dolphins,
Chiefs, and then Steelers, Bills.
Yeah.
We'll stream that together. I'll be streaming all of them, but yeah, we'll stream that together.
Hell yeah.
Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have been navigated to more work I need to get it done. I'm stressing. I am panicking with the amount of work that I need to do. It is terrifying.